Okay, well, it's Thursday now. Um, it was nice and cool again today. Probably only in the 70s, but it was sunny and breezy, and it was a perfect up north kind of day. Um, to eat, let's see, for breakfast, sort of lunchtime breakfast, because I don't like to eat when I get up. I had some, uh, my husband made me an omelet with eggs and a couple different kinds of cheese, lots of cheese, and uh, lots of butter. And so that was delicious. And for supper, I cut up a steak into bite-sized pieces. First, I cooked up some of those, oh, I don't know how to say it, but they're a noodle made of fiber. And, well, just a second, I'll get a package. Okay, they're these things. Noodle. And it's backwards on my screen. Hopefully, it won't be backwards when it shows up. But anyway, they're these. And our local merchandise mart have those for $1 a bag, which is a lot cheaper than the other brand we were buying. But the other brand had tofu in them, and these don't. And I actually like these better. I cut them as I'm taking them out of the bag. I squeeze them out like a push pop, and then I use my kitchen scissors and cut them into smaller pieces. Usually I fry them in after rinsing them real well. I fry them in butter and olive oil and heavily season them, and I fry them until they're almost dry. Tonight I did that and threw in some onions and some mushrooms, and uh, till the mushrooms were, or just let them get a head start, and then I diced up a couple of steaks and cubed, I guess, into bite-sized cubes. Threw those in and let them um, cook with the lid on. After I seared them, I turned the heat down, and then I put the lid on. And toward the end, I put some Worcestershire sauce in them, and I had heavily seasoned them with garlic powder, and then I use, because we like a lot of garlic and onion powder in spite of the fact that there was onions in it, and I used quite a bit of sea salt and a little bit of chili powder. So that was our dinner. That with planked zucchinis. They're fairly small zucchinis, sliced into 4 planks each, and coated on both sides with olive oil, and then roasted a long time. And then at the end, I put on some, I just seasoned them with sea salt. And then at the end, I flipped them over and put on some Parmesan cheese and a little chili powder on top, and let them stay in there. They were real soft. The Parmesan cheese made a nice crispy crust, and so that's what we had for supper anyway. It was all really good, and uh, that's pretty much all I've eaten today. When I eat a lot of fat, of course, I don't get hungry, and if I don't eat grains, of course, I don't get hungry. You only get hungry, that starving, gotta eat feeling when you eat carbs. But anyway, so I feel like I ate a lot today, but I didn't really. But I still feel like I did. Anyway, what else? Grandson came over today. He'll be with us for a couple of days. Mommy, my daughter, works 2 jobs, so he spends a lot of time here, which is fine. He's got a room here. They lived with us till he was 2, so it just kind of is a continuation. Only he goes to mommy's. He calls her big apartment building mommy's big house. But anyway, he goes, when he goes home with her, and then sometimes he's with his grandpa, my daughter's father, my first husband, and usually a couple days a week, and then he's here the rest of the time. Anyway, so he's here. He came this afternoon. He's staying until Saturday. Saturday afternoon, we'll have the car after my daughter gets off work and picks up her son. We'll have the car, and today what we did was we'll have. Well, she's letting us use her car so that we can go look for one. Today we narrowed our choices from Craigslist down to 4 that we are interested in. There's a two. What are those vans called? Conversion vans. There's 2 conversion vans. One Yukon and one Suburban. So we want to have something that's capable of towing if we so desire to tow. If we end up with a travel trailer, which is our least favorite option, but that seems we want to be prepared if we do. So we're going. We mapped them out. We looked up the Kelley Blue Book prices today. We mapped out where we're going to go Saturday afternoon. So tomorrow I just have to contact the sellers and see if they're going to be home and see if they're going to be available so that we can look at all four of these and hopefully make a decision and come home with a new vehicle of some sort. I will say that as much as we appreciated having the Alero, it was a blessing because we needed a car desperately at that time. And so, um, and it was a blessing, and we got it for a good price. But um, I will say that I will be happy to have a larger vehicle because I haven't driven a car in years, and I've had minivans, and so it was kind of hard getting used to a low car again. From being able to see, getting in and out, reaching in to buckle my grandson in and out in the middle of the back seat down low was kind of hard on my back. But it was a blessing, and I am thankful that we had it. And so now we move on to the next blessing. We've already prayed that God would show us which one would be the best for us. So we're going out with high hopes and some cash in our pocket. Let's see what else. I think that's pretty much about it for today. There isn't a whole lot else going on. After work, I got out of work an hour early, which was a nice surprise. But my hours are a little bit different this week and next week because just because of scheduling. So some days I've been starting earlier and getting out a little earlier, and my boss kind of just changes the time so that he can keep my days fairly um, even or whatever, so that I still end up with the same number of hours every week. So it was nice to get out an hour early today, and what I did, my grandson took a nap. My husband had worked last night, so he was in bed, and so I got out and I planned to go clean bird cages, and fell asleep on the couch before I did. I thought, well, I'll get a little power nap here, and I fell asleep, and 3.5 hours later I woke up. It was time to make dinner. I made dinner, we ate, and it was dark, and it was way too late to clean the bird cages. So that's waiting for me tomorrow. Also, I'm waiting to hear back from the real estate agent I contacted. She said she would come tomorrow evening or Saturday morning. Saturday. It's got to be morning because we're leaving in the afternoon. I haven't heard from her yet, which I'm a little disappointed about because I was hoping I would get a little more notice, but that's the way it is. Hopefully I'll hear from her tomorrow and we can get this out of the way. Um, she can tell us what she thinks and we can get her listed and get started. Um, so that's it. That's about it. There's nothing else really new here. Tonight we did I'm so proud of my grandson for all the Bible verses he knows. We've been learning Bible verses since he was able to talk, and I've got a great big long list of all his verses that he's learned in my computer. And tonight was review night where we go over them all. We do that about once a week so that he remembers, so they don't become stale or he doesn't forget them. And he learns about 2 verses a week. So we went over all of them, and he was rusty on a couple of them, but that he wasn't rusty on last week. So we'll just do a little more working on those. Um, Tomorrow just we'll be working. We'll be usually on Friday night we go out for fish dinner. As I've mentioned, we won't because we don't have a car, but I'll be working. My husband is off tonight, Friday night, Saturday night, so he'll be home the next few days. Tomorrow we'll spend the day while I'm while I'm taking the calls, um, doing some house, cleaning up and stuff. So getting it ready for the weekend. And it's been a really busy week on the phones this week, so I haven't really done anything during business hours. So tomorrow, hopefully, it'll slow down. Fridays are usually slower, and I'll be able to get a little bit more done. And my husband has said he'll help me. Anyway, um, that's it. So take care. God bless, and I will see you again soon. I'll let you know what's going on with the cars and with the real estate agent, and maybe tomorrow night. Maybe tomorrow night I will have heard from her. Okay, good night. God bless.